What is up, my people, my brothers and sisters, man? We got something special for y'all again today. It's your boy, Mr. D. Cooliante. We back at it again. I got my brother, my man, my ace, my spade if we playing the card game, man. My brother, HD Bling, baby, what's good?
What's going on, sir? Glad to be back.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry. Sorry.
that's all you get. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got another guy. We got another person who is here to help us advance this D&D experience, man. Let me just give you the rundown real fast. All right, y'all ready? All right, here we go. So my guy, man, before I introduce him, let me tell you what he's already accomplished, man. This man is a clothing line designer, right? Fitness by Malcolm, okay? Also, if you need your mental thing checked out, he's a wellness coach, okay? And last, right, he's moved from one bay to the other bay. Mr. West Coast legend himself, my man, clap it up for my brother, Malcolm.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up? Love your intros, man.
Wait, Deontay, how you cut me off while I was kind of like giving you some energy back?
I gave you some, but I gotta pass the ball to the legend right here, man. We got LeBron here, baby.
I couldn't even dribble the ball. That's my point.
Yeah. You bring the ball up the court. I just need to bring the ball up and pass.
It's like I'm doing the inbound pass. He's like,
That's all you needed. I just needed you to pass me the ball so I can pass it to the star. That's all I needed you to do.
I was really committed to saying what's up to you. I was like excited. He was like, hold on. That's his episode. We do that when we by ourselves.
Oh, fellas, man. What is up, guys?
Man, living good, man. Just been, working on the clothing line, trying to, up my creative experience on it and helping others within fitness and wellness, stuff like that. And just, looking for the next place to go. But man, it feels good to be on the show with y'all, man. This is awesome. I saw a couple of y'all episodes already. And that was live. I liked it. And I just like the experience that y'all bring the vibe. Y'all still got the same vibe from when I introduced y'all years ago. Like, you reminded me about that way back. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
that was actually what I was going to touch on. I was going to ask you what made you want to be a guest on the show.
Well, so, like I said, I always remember with y'all too, like when I introduced y'all never lost that, chemistry, that camaraderie with each other, just always bringing that happy vibe. And I noticed that within the show. And, it started to bring back like memories from ACC, which is like way back, for me. And I remember some of those days we'd be sitting in study hall and trying to do work, yet y'all would get done with the work and still be joking around, and I'll be like, "Wait, when did y'all get started?"
We never stopped.
I've been sitting here just doing nothing and listening to y'all. But yeah, man, it was like that same vibe. And I saw the last episode, and I've been watching every kind of episode on Instagram and YouTube, and I just like the vibe. I like that it's like really organic. It don't feel like, all right, cut. All right, you need to say this. It's real organic, and I love the vibe with y'all, man. It's never changed.
Beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Yes, sir. HD, man.
Yes, sir.
The floor is yours now.
I know. Okay, well, thank you. Oh, now I get the floor. I can't get the ball, but I get the floor.
No, he got the beach. He got the beach.
He got the beach. Again. Man.
He got the beach.
It's raining where I'm at, Darius.
Dude, it's raining where I'm at. But like I said the previous episode, I'm on a mental vacation right now. When I shoot these podcasts, I escape from the world and I go to the virtual beach. I invite my friends virtually. Y'all can't come where I'm at, but y'all can come virtually. We're gonna have a good time. But no, man, I'm really excited for this episode because like Malcolm has mentioned a couple times, he actually introduced me and you. And I'm curious to know from everybody's point of view, the story behind it. Do you guys remember that moment?
Oh man, I think so. At that time, I think I was in Men of Distinction. That's what it was, and it's crazy because the whole Men of Distinction thing was, getting bringing brothers around regardless of race or religion, just trying to uplift them and do something better with their life, right?
Yeah.
And We started that with like
MOD, you did. MOD,
Yeah,
build it, you did.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough. Let me put my hands in my pocket. Hands in my pocket.
You've done that in 2
I
episodes.
remember that. I think at one point Deontay wanted to create that, to create the emblem, create the symbol. We were like,
Yes.
wait, that might look like a gang sign. We're like, hold on,
Please
man.
put your hands down.
Let me put my hands
Please.
back in my pocket.
But yeah, we were part of Men of Distinction, and we're just uplifting. And I remember, introducing Deontay to Darius, because Darius had just kind of got into tech, came back to Texas, or just got to Texas, excuse me, and was still very active in trying to do film work and just pursuing that constantly and being a comedian. And from there, I just kind of introduced you guys, and the vibe from day one, the vibe has never changed. You guys would start cracking jokes. Like it would be, we would just have random side jokes out of nowhere, and then everybody would either catch on, be eavesdropping. And a lot of times when other people are eavesdropping, you're like, man, what you listen? Why are you in my conversation?
Exactly.
But it was never it was never like that. Like it always I always felt like we all brought something to the table, as well as everybody. We were kind of like the glue that made everybody stick. Distinction was it. And then student life is how it really kind of branched out. I mean, student life was something else. That's how I got more was more communicative with Deontay. We started throwing little events in there and just started getting everybody. I mean, somebody come down off the elevator and we're like, hey, you want to join student life?
It's like a gang.
Street team. Yeah,
Street team.
Handing out
Flies on the
flyers.
car.
Yo, come to the event,
it
man.
was
We gonna have Jeezy there. We go
Gucci,
Gucci, man.
everybody, man. So yeah, that's how we kind of start off, and then from there, it was just from Men of Distinction to student life. We just started bringing in the whole kind of gang. Johnny, Day Day, Joe.
Drop the names, player. Yes, sir.
And
they all watch
everybody started coming in. That was like the crew. Everybody knew. And even when, some of us started to either get accepted into universities, or we started to have to go to other
different
ACC
campuses.
Yeah, different campuses. It would always click, especially at Northridge. I mean, man, that was
Y'all had Northridge on lock. Like y'all just
Bruh.
I remember I walked and like just the group that y'all like, I didn't know there was that many black people in Austin. I'm like, are they all here at 8 a.m? This is really early. It seems early for black
textbooks
people.
in their hand. What's going on?
Is everybody educated?
This is scary.
I like it, but I'm scared.
Yeah, bro. Like we would just sit there and we just have lunch, have breakfast, everything. Like, and it was crazy because Joe would live like 5 minutes from Northridge, so everybody would always just sit up at Joe's house for a little bit and then walk straight to Northridge. Or when we were all at Round Rock, man, we would just sit out in the front and just talk, chat, whatever, and then do different films. Man, I remember one time, what was it? Darius had another idea for like a short little film, and I forgot what it was. It was Mac, and I recently saw the old video because I went back and watched it.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, I totally forgot about all. It was crazy, seeing everybody that we all just used to hang out with.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, so that's kind of sorry for the extra, but yeah, that's how we all kind of met.
You own the experience, man. You got the floor. You got the floor and the rock.
Yeah, man. So that's just how we all kind of met, vibe, and ever since then, like I said, I keep saying it over and over. Like the vibe has never changed. Like it's always been organic. It's always been hilarious every time. Like don't matter, even when we were serious about working on different projects or working on a new film or studying or something serious going on in one of our lives, and we talk about it, but then somehow you got to laugh through the pain. So that's kind of how we got through a lot of it, and it was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved it. You know, I missed some of those days,
I
especially
know,
when I
right?
left to go to UTSA. That was just, oh my god.
So Deontay, do you remember the meeting story at all from your point of view?
Yeah. So I remember I was working as a clerk in student life. I think I was just getting established in there. And I remember Malcolm, I don't know if I just came out, I saw Malcolm. Malcolm was that guy, that connector guy. He just
Yeah.
was, he knew everybody. He drove a nice whip, you know what I'm saying? He was just that guy, you know. So I remember I think Malcolm introduced me to you. I think I'm vaguely remembering this, but I remember when I saw you, Darius, I was like, whoa, this brother gotta be 30. Because Darius had like this facial hair, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I'm way older than Darius. I was like, yo,
too, Darius, you had the cap.
he had the cap in the facial hair. I was like, who is this brother? So like, and I just remember in that time of my life, like I didn't really know how to shave. I think I was just starting to learn how to shave. So I saw Darius, I'm like, whoa, he must be very wise in the like the shaving cream. You know what's the shaving cream to buy? Razors. Like, I'm gonna pick his brain a little bit. So I was like, yo, my man, do you shave? And he was like,
Nah. let me tell it. so that was a good, yeah, that's gonna give context, right? So for me, when I got to the campus, I was fresh out of high school, whatever. So I was very mindful of who I associated myself with. Like this is the first time in my life that I could actually choose kind of who I wanted to be with, and like proximity wasn't a factor. Like it's just like if I vibed with you, I would hang with you. So
Yeah.
Malcolm was the first person that I met, I think like a few days before the semester started. So once the first day, once again, I ran into Malcolm early on. And he was kind of like a big brother or whatever, just helping connect me with other people. And he was like, yo, it's my boy Deontay, you know, and we all sat at this table. And I remember Malcolm was to my right, Deontay was sitting across from me. And I have a joke in my act about this because Deontay leaned forward and he looks like, hey man, do you shave? Like, what? I thought he was gonna ask me if I smoke weed, but because I know he did this, but he did not do that when we met. His hands was like, do you shave? I was like, that was weird. So
but look, you look like a wise, you know what I'm saying, facial type of dude. I was like, yo, he must, know his barber very well. He must get great tips, great skincare tips. Let me holler at my man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it on the low because it's the first day.
that's hilarious.
Their stuff was like boom, boom, boom.
It really wasn't, but I mean, because like now, this looks healthy now. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine.
Dude, you was 18 with that though, like it was
same beard.
Same beard. It caught me off guard. I was like, this guy must know some stuff.
But no, one thing I remember about that time is just how I would be inspired by stuff like that. And then we would just start creating content about it. You know what I mean? Like we would either do skits around campus and stuff like that. So with that being said, just to prove to the audience that we're not like making this stuff up, I got a little special gift for us. I'm gonna try to get it loaded up. This was back in 2000. It had to be 11. So hopefully the audience can see it. If not, I'm gonna have to do some editing magic. But I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Hold on. And then we're gonna all talk about it. So
okay.
What's up?
What video are you pulling up, sir?
Which one of these? Because we did so many projects.
Pulling up in this Cadillac is Damon Wright. Now, Damon's motto is work hard, play hard. Damon is looking to transfer to one of the top schools in the nation. He currently has a 4.0 grade point average, which indeed does make him an easy target for bullies. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. horrendous, isn't it? Come on, Dame, you gotta keep your guard up.
Ooh. Solution. Mouth guard.
Oh, that's
It's pretty easy to use. Just heat up some hot water. Dip the mouth guard in the water for about 2 to 3 minutes. You can cut the edge off if you want to be cool with it. Mold it to your mouth, you're ready to go. Okay, Damon, let's try this again.
Hey, say, don't I know you? Hey, fam, did you wear that yesterday? Hey, didn't I hit you the other day?
You can see my arm.
Thanks, mouth guard. Don't get caught off guard. Use mouth guard.
Hey.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Whoa.
Bruh,
So what
I
are
told-
y'all's reactions to seeing that after, what is it, 9 years? It's been 9
Man,
years since we did that.
like that video there, that brings it back because one, I forgot I had a lack back then.
I told you had the coolest car on campus, bro.
Bruh, you, Day, Joe, everybody come up to me and say, man, you know what you drive right now? I'm like, man,
Yeah.
yeah. But at that time, my pops had just given me that car because he had pretty much wrecked that car, like the engine wise. So I had to like rebuild that thing from the ground up. So I was working on that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then Johnny in the video, I totally forgot about Johnny. Johnny was like one of my like best friends, like right hand man. You know, we would always just do crazy stuff throughout Austin and around Rock, whether it was 6th Street, this, but that was too funny. And then Day's always been the homie. We pretty much, you know, grew up all through college, so that was pretty cool. So I like that, man. That brings back so many memories.
So I remember like y'all working on this, and I was like, yeah, I gotta jump on something. I gotta get in this. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember y'all was working on it. It was hot. It was really hot outside, as y'all can see.
Yeah.
You know how Johnny was looking. He was looking like, are we done shooting? Saying that Texas heat ain't no joke, man. But I remember like seeing y'all working on this and like just being excited, like, okay, I gotta mingle in, I gotta shake some hands because I gotta get it, I gotta be a part of this. So that's what I remember more so.
That's funny. Yeah, for me, man, it was funny because I remember we only had Johnny for like 1 day of shooting. So when we reshot that, you can obviously tell that's my arm coming in and not Johnny's arm. And it's just funny because watching it, I remember how much fun we had, and I can remember the story behind the production. But it was funny because that particular skit was inspired by Stefano. So you know, Stefano used to
Yeah.
box, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
before I knew he boxed, one time I just saw he had like just a mouth guard, he had just a loose mouth guard in his bag, and he would just put it in his mouth just randomly. I'm like, what are you preparing for? Like, what's about to happen? Are you about to get punched to see the position? Like, what's happening? And he was like, you know, I always want to make sure I'm on. He said something like, I keep my mouth guard so I'm never caught off guard. And I was like, that's funny. So went home, made a skit about it. And that's what I loved about those days is that like get an idea Monday, write the script Tuesday, shoot it Wednesday. And
Yeah.
then
And everybody wanted to be a part of it. They was like, oh, you
Man, yeah. I totally forgot about Stefano. He was
yeah,
because I used to hang with him a little bit.
yeah. So that part was real fun for me. But it's funny because thinking about mouth guard, and actually I think Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. should be fighting like right now or something like that, right? So my question for you fellas is if somebody messes up your food order, how confrontational are you getting?
How confrontational. I mean, what's the how bad was the mess up? Have I been waiting?
Talk me through it. I mean,
Okay,
like, you let me know.
All right, so like, let's say me and Kyla Pratt is finally on this date.
Oh my gosh, you Kyla Pratt.
You know, we talking about how we gonna, you know what I'm saying, redo the Proud Family. I'm gonna be a character on the show, and I'm trying to impress her. And you know, we go to I don't know, we go to Red Lobster or something like that, and you know, it's taking them all day for the cheddar biscuits. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be an issue. So I gotta, you know, and she wants cheddar biscuits. Oh, we're gonna have some issues. Okay, I need to talk to you, the server, the manager. All right, yeah, I need to talk to somebody. So yeah, I think I'm going in there with my my pointer finger, and I'm about to start pointing at people. Let me tell you what I need. Let me tell you what you're gonna give me. All right, it's gonna be a lot of that.
Did that happen to you last night? Didn't you get like a free cookie out of?
Oh yeah. So I was with Arby's, and went back to Arby's, man, and you know, I didn't get no Arby's sauce or no dipping sauce. I just went straight for the little chicken wrap, and they were just missing an essential ingredient.
Which was what?
Which was the jalapenos. And I'm like, come on, this is the jalapeno chicken bacon ranch. It's in the title. How you run out? Come on, man. So they was all like, oh, I'm sorry. Is that gonna be okay? I was like, no. Can I get a free cookie? You know what I'm saying? They had a little meeting, and they, all right, here you cookie. They gave me some
cookie made up the whole jalapeno being trash.
You gotta negotiate, you know. So yeah. You always gotta keep you gotta stay on guard, because you don't want to get caught off guard. So yeah, that's my answer.
What about you, Malcolm? How you handling it?
Oh man, I would say almost similar to what Deontay said, except it's gonna depend on two things. Okay. One, restaurant, and two, the level of date that I'm with.
Oh, come on. Let's unravel this a bit.
So peep this. So if I'm at, everybody that knows, like really knows me, knows that if you mess up on wings or like hot wings, you're out of my life. I don't even want to talk.
You're out of my life.
I don't know you. Don't care. Your grandma, just listen. I'm sorry. You messed up on the wings. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say to you. All right, but if we talking about like the level of date, right? And so that means we up in the restaurant. So we going to, and I'm talking higher than Olive Garden, higher than, you know, Red Lobster. I'm talking about like an outdoor dining, you know, mom and pop, but it's rated like a 4 or 5 star, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If they mess up my order, like let's just say I ordered steak and shrimp with baked potato and some broccoli on the side, right?
Okay.
This woman comes back and brings me a raw, damn near medium to raw steak, and my date's got everything right. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed. Like I'm gonna try to hold it together, you know, because you know I gotta play the role, you know. But at the same time, when that check come, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I put, instead of 50, it's gonna be a good smooth $10. The meal might be 50. I'm gonna pay. Yeah, my steak wasn't done. The broccoli was cooked. Shoot, my date ought to pay for hers. Well, I gotta pay for mine.
Service that bad, we gotta go Dutch.
You gotta go Dutch.
You taxing me on service, I'm gonna tax you on how well you did. You know, so I mean, like I said, it depends on the level of date and where we at. But like the main one for me, like I said, if you mess up, if we go to a wing spot, I don't care what wing spot it is. Buffalo Wild Wings, Hooters, Twin Peaks, Wingstop, you name them. Notice I just named like the best.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. That's on his burn list.
You know what I'm saying? They known for wings.
We go there and you mess up my wing order. Listen, I'm gonna be mad for the whole night. I don't care if you give me the right one next time, because I'm gonna be mad because I didn't get it first. Like that.
Yeah, like I thought you ordered cauliflower wings. I didn't know you wanted chicken wings.
Listen, I ain't got nothing.
They gonna be like, your lady ordered that. I thought
I thought both of y'all was on that. What's up? You know.
Yeah, that's a no-no on me. Don't mess up on my wings, bro. Don't do
That's
it.
hilarious. No, and the reason I asked that is because I asked one of my buddies that question, and he was willing to get really confrontational. Like he said to the point to where he'll ask for a different waitress. Like he'll send the food back and the waitress back. He'd be like, "Yo, I don't want that. I don't want that, and I don't want you. Give me somebody else. I want a new
Damn.
waitress." So
Man, that's messed up. I get it, but that's kind of messed up. When, oh my
Yeah,
God, it'll make her feel bad. So what that means, if he do that, I just gotta say, if he do that, like I get it, but at the same time, now you messing with your whole order in general because they gonna know that you sent back a team member, right?
mhm.
And they gonna talk. You acting like they don't talk during their shift or they don't chit chat. So now they gonna send you. They gonna act like they send you a better server. They gonna come out. Sorry, sir. Thank you. We're so sorry about that. We'll get that taken care of right away. Go right back, man. Forget this food's order, man. Give me that money back off the ground. That's what he ain't messing with my team. Like you gotta think like that. If y'all ever seen like the movie, what is it, Waiter or Waiting with Ryan
Yeah,
Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
They out there doing
that's
all that nasty stuff.
bro. And it's
Yeah.
like it's that saying, it's that old saying, man. There's certain people you don't mess with. The person that writes your check, person that cuts you, person that feeds you. You don't mess with those people.
And your
Those are
barber's on
not,
that list too. Don't mess with
yeah,
your
the person
barber.
that cuts your hair. Yeah, don't mess with those people, bro. You leave them alone.
I feel like if you getting that angry, you need to eat at home. Why is you allowing yourself to get that angry? You sitting because I want to go sit at your friend's house now. If I go eat at his house and I ask for no green beans, I get green beans on my plate. I'm sending him back. Hey man, hey, you go back to the lady out here. Send her, she gonna do a better job, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to stay at home. You need to say, oh, you getting that, man.
You know what's funny is that he told me it's really bad at like fast food spots because he said that I don't know, maybe his childhood or something, but he was like, he kept saying, "Oh, you think you gonna get me to eat what you want me to eat?" Like he kept saying that. Like he kept saying, "Oh, I ordered a sandwich and you want me to have chicken nuggets?" And he just kept he kept saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna eat what you want me to eat." Like it was just a lot of childhood trauma that I was hearing throughout those
Yeah.
statements.
Bruh, for real.
Yeah, he need to learn how to cook.
Yeah, bro. That's
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 what
that's
I
the
do.
simplest solution right there, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
test the
can't
waters
imagine
right
hearing
there.
that. I'm like, hey man, listen, I'll get off in 5 minutes, man. I ain't trying to. I don't need this. You know what I'm saying?
You try to throw hands.
I'm on a virtual island right now, but I get off in 5.
Wait, but Deontay, did you tell me? You don't have to give names if you don't want to, but did you tell me about like somebody that you know that they went like pretty intense at Popeyes?
Oh my god.
Pretty intense at Popeyes.
You remember that?
No.
You said somebody's boyfriend went crazy at Popeyes. Was it Popeyes?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't Popeyes though. That's what was throwing me off. It wasn't Popeyes. Yeah. So I'm not gonna mention no names, but and they so it was a younger couple I know, and they was at Panda Express.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is at Panda Express. And it's only a few things you could really order. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really messing up too much at Panda Express. But they
Everything's
got to the
pre-cooked?
window and they started ordering extra stuff. They was like, yo, can I get an extra Sprite and some extra fortune cookies? And you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a lot for a person at the drive-thru. You know what I'm saying? So they got the food, but I think they just forgot like a extra Sprite or something like that. They got 2 Sprites, 1 straw. I don't know really what it was, but
2 Sprites, 1 straw.
but
Bro, turn that into a special.
but
2 Sprites,
it
1 straw.
caused them to like, because the young lady was like, babe, they only gave us 1 straw. He was like, what? So Buddy like gets out the car, right? And this is during COVID, so you can't eat in the dining area. So he goes to the dining area, pulling on the door, like, yo, man, where my straw at, man? My girl need her straw. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's just too much.
You don't go to Walmart.
You don't drink out that cup, man. You don't go make something happen.
You don't drink out that cup.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing all that, man.
So how are you responding if you're the person that work at Panda Express and a customer's coming with that much energy towards you?
Ooh.
And the doors are locked. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, all right.
You just gonna stand at the door.
I'm gonna be like, do you shave? Do you shave? I'm gonna be doing all type of stuff outside that door, man. I'm just going. I don't know. I may antagonize him. I don't know. He can't
I
get
can
to
see it. I can honestly see Deontay antagonize somebody if the door is locked. Like he just putting on faces and messing with them.
I worked at fast food, man. Like people would just be popping off because it's Wednesday and you know what I'm saying? We moving slow. I'm like, bro, listen, you got a whole day to yourself, man. Don't let this moment mess up your whole day. I try to be a wellness coach at the job.
Work on their mental.
I work on their mental.
Oh my God.
You out here spazzing. You need to be relaxing, all right?
Over a chicken sandwich.
Over a chicken sandwich, man. Come on, man.
You know what?
The day is young.
That's so funny because for me, I'm not a very confrontational person, right? Just because I'm always playing the long game. Like you're saying, you never know what people are doing with food, but also when you start to add a woman to the mix, if you get too emotional, it's a done deal, right? So for me, my argument is, all right, if I'm with my lady, right? Do you want to eat or do you want me to defend your honor? Something, which what is it? Right? Because I can correct and I can get you your food, but if you want me to defend your honor, that's a different situation. Because that's why I feel like homie at Panda Express was defending her honor. Because it's like you ain't going off that crazy.
So far you can go. You get inside, you was outside defending the honor, screaming and cursing.
But you know what? This brings up a good point. And I told Deontay this off camera a few weeks ago, but I really believe you can't give people that work at drive-through, you can't ask restaurant questions.
No,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely
right?
Not.
And I'm always caught in that situation because I go out to eat a lot with my lady. She never knows what she wants to eat. Never, ever. Like we're going to the same place that she's been going to. Segment. Exactly right. She never knows what she wants to eat. And she always got me asking questions, restaurant questions, like, what all comes on that sandwich. And they're like, we went one spot. This dude said vegetables. Vegetables? What vegetables?
Asparagus.
What are the vegetables?
Cauliflower.
Asparagus.
Olives. Come on, the sandwich.
Olives. On the sandwich?
But and I just noticed that every time it gets too complicated at the drive-thru, your order is gonna get messed up. Right. And I always find myself in these situations where it's like, okay, am I going to just make sure the food is right? Or am I defending your honor? Like which situation is this? You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I realized about myself is are y'all bag checkers? Like when you get your food?
Yeah.
You check the bag every time?
Kind of look a bit.
Nah.
Do some stuff around.
I've been pretty good. Like usually I'm late when I'll wait till I get, I'll probably wait until I get home. I might be driving and check it on the way, and then I'm like, oh. But
so
got my napkins.
So say you pull off, right? You check the bag and it's wrong. How are you handling that?
Ooh. It depends. Like I said, it'll probably depend how far I am from from the place that I was. If I'm close, I come back real calm. Hey, I actually said I wanted, no lettuce, no pickles. I'm actually allergic. Can we get that taken care of? Something like that. And I'm real smooth to the point where my whole demeanor changed, my whole voice changed. Oh, I'm so sorry. No problem. It's cool. You've been working hard. Like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I could have died because I'm allergic, but oh yeah, I'll make some stuff up. Yeah, and I'll just be like, I'm allergic. I might die.
I would have been like, I'm sorry, sir. You did.
That always works. FYI, if your order ever gets messed up, just say you're allergic to something and come back so calm. They will take it more on them than you have, and it'll be less on you, and you put it back on them, and then you can act calm. You can be calm as heck, basically asking for whatever else you want or extra, and you'll get it. It works every time.
That's sound advice. That is, I've never heard anybody say that.
Like for example, when I went to UTSA, we had Polo, tropical Polo, something like that.
What they say?
Basically, it's like a Tex-Mex type of restaurant. It's kind of similar to Taco Cabana, but I went back. So basically, I ordered chicken, rice, and a couple of fajita tacos on the side. Well, I had said I don't want corn in some of my tacos for whatever reason. Went back, told the lady, I'm like, ma'am, I actually said I don't want corn in there. I'm actually allergic. I could like die. I literally said
I
this
could
to her.
die.
I literally said this to her. She froze up like, oh my God, I am so sorry. Please, please. I'll make another. Do you want another Sprite? Do you want
Oh,
an extra
wow.
taco? Got everything so calm, so cool, collected,
Hey.
and ended up getting the girl that worked at the windows number. I was like, man, this
Oh,
worked
you
out
could do.
great.
Wait, pause. Wait. If you tell somebody you're allergic to something, you could come away with their number. Excuse
Bro.
me. You almost killed me. I think I deserve your number. Maybe a date. Maybe you can go somewhere where I won't die. I think you owe me
Bro,
that.
it worked like a charm. Like, I don't know. It honestly, so that's just some sound advice for your viewers and y'all. Like, hey,
That's
you ever at a restaurant or a fast food place and they mess up, just say you're allergic and you were about to die. I promise you'll get what you want. Bet me.
That's fun. Look, my goofy
Malcolm,
self.
Next time I'm in your city, Playboy. All right. Yeah,
Come on.
and next time I'm out there, you hit me with that. I'm allergic. I'm like, what? What is he?
Shut up. Hey, get
You're
free
allergic,
food.
Let me tell you what I need from you, Malcolm. I'm gonna mess up your whole operation. Let me tell you what I need from you. I need shout outs and t-shirts. That's what I need. I need to finish my Malcolm. Or I'm telling everybody that you ain't allergic. I'm telling everybody.
I need some swag. I'm gonna blow up your whole operation.
Oh, yeah, finish my Malcolm. I need all that. I need.
Bro, they all
confidence,
gonna come to my hotspot now. Like, hey, I need some free. I know what your secret is. I
That's
should never
hilarious.
said.
That's what I'm telling you. Tap in on my brother Malcolm. Negotiation right there.
No, that's actually really good. If like I wouldn't have thought like that, like because my goofy self, I'd probably go somewhere like Popeyes and I'd be like, I'm actually I didn't order thighs. I'm actually allergic to chicken. I need legs. They're gonna be like, what? What?
Why'd you come to a chicken? You
If
come
you
I
to
could
a
have died
chicken.
with
If you go
that.
to Popeyes, they're gonna be like, so? Oh, what's
Hey,
up?
for real, they probably fighting in the lobby while you about to die from the
So what?
Hey, I'm like, you the third person that died today. So what?
So what? You want to be the next? Like,
I'm allergic to bills, dog. I got too many.
I'm allergic to poverty.
I'm still fighting every day.
I
I'm
need
allergic
this
to
job.
thighs. I need this job, bro. That is funny. I'm allergic to thighs.
to unemployment. I need this job. We all allergic to something. Now, give me your number. They ask your number.
I give you your number.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Give me that shirt. Is that Fitness by Malcolm? Give me that
That's
shirt.
what you know, yeah, cuff that up, player.
God, damn,
Yeah.
what?
It
This
feels
Malcolm's
too
advice
good.
was
I heard about
terrible.
these shirts. It's good.
That's hilarious.
man.
Now that's funny because, like I said, I never got a chance to answer, but I'm a bag checker, but I don't like to be the bag checker. I'm a bag checker by default, right? And I hate being the bag checker because there's so much pressure on you to make sure you check the bag
Everything
right.
is right that you ordered.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't come from a big family, I kind of. But at the beginning, it's always been just my mom, my sister, and me, right? So we never really had to check the bag. But
Right.
other people and other groups that I'm in, it's always been like 9 or 10 of them. So they're
Oh,
they're
yeah.
used to their orders. Somebody's orders always being messed up. So they're like known for checking the bag. And because I'm driving, now I'm the bag checker. And then if you do all that last minute ordering, like I can't remember. I can't remember this order. You know what I'm saying? But I just always feel like I get blamed for people's food missing. Like,
Like, I don't work here.
yeah, it's like no, I don't do this. This is not what I do. But that was something fun that I wanted to throw y'all's way, just to get y'all's thoughts on it. Cause I don't know. I find that I'm not very confrontational, but I'm gonna start telling everybody I'm allergic. Let's see if I can get
Bruh.
more.
Watch what happens.
Yeah.
Watch what happens.
That's
Watch.
hilarious.
Telling you.
So, Brother Ellison, you got any questions for our guest?
Well, yeah. So one thing I always kind of admire about you, bro, is like your will to kind of like pick up, relocate, get established. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of curious, like, since you're known for kind of traveling, doing your thing, like when you move into a new city, what can you let the audience know? What are some like key things, not bills wise, but like hobbies wise, that you kind of like look like look that the city has to offer? Like, do you move into a new city and you're like, well, who's gonna be my barber? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be where can I get some good turkey from the girl? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are some things that kind of like you like, okay.
So like your go-tos basically.
Your go-to, right? Yeah.
So for like me, you know, everybody, and that's a good question. Like everybody's different, and I strongly, first off, I strongly advise, you know, when you know, getting ready to take that next step in your life, getting ready to travel, whether it's for your family, something happened, or you trying to do like myself, establish yourself, you know, reestablish yourself. You don't mind doing that. That's you. Always figure out what it is that you like to do. That's so imperative, because what's going to end up happening if you don't, and I'm gonna get on this point before I kind of go into your question, which is what ends up happening is that you start to get a little bit lonely. You start to get kind of depressed and feel as though that you are not as great as you seem. You downplay yourself even more. So the little things really do matter. And even if some people say, well, that's nothing, I do that every day. That's, to somebody else, that might be their whole day. That might be the greatest thing they did. So like you said, a haircut. How I go about finding the things, for me, it's really simple, because as y'all know, I'm a big time fitness nut. Like I love working out. I love helping people. I love helping the youth and just, you know, getting them to see more than they are. So for me, that's everywhere. You just kind of have to find your niche. But my go-tos, of course, is the gym. I look for, you know, cool, not just, you know, everyday kind of Iron Man gyms where you see the big buff dude, or you see kind of open garage. Oh, and don't get me wrong, some of those are really kind of cool, because depending on, you know, some of the amenities that they might have like a smoothie shop, or like, you know, a hair salon within the workout. Because I actually went to a gym out in Southern California when I was down there for a little bit, and they not only had, you know, gym, jacuzzi, spa, pool, all your weights and everything, they had their own like apparel shop and smoothie shop right next door. Like it was all in one. So it was like you kind of had like your one-stop shop. You know,
all it was missing was apartment homes. We got an apartment home.
I know, right? Are you allergic to anything? We have everything. We don't have any allergies in any of our stuff.
you had that. So for me, it's the gym. I always try to find something like that, and then also I try to find like an open trail, open park area, and especially in Cali, or even when I was in Oklahoma or Kansas, or even back in when I moved out to Massachusetts at one point, there were all these kind of cool little trails that you could just kind of go run and open your mind and just chill out. And sometimes even in San Antonio, they got a bunch of trails, and they got one where you can just go kind of, you're like going up the mountains, up the hill, little, not mountains, excuse me, hills basically. And you get to like a certain peak, and you can pretty much see all of kind of like for about miles, acres and acres of just trees and everything. And it's a great sight. It's like you standing on a skyscraper and you just get to see the whole city. Imagine that, but just Ford style, basically, right? So those are like go-tos for me: open trail parks, exercise, and then of course the big one for me, since I like to travel, is the nightlife. Like I gotta have some type of nightlife, man. You know, in certain places, you know, it's a lot duller than others. So your nightlife consists of either 1 to 4 bars in the area that are pretty much your hot spots. You know, that's where it's gonna go down. That's where, hey man, you been over the tails? You been over the trip? Man, it was nice.
Drop the name.
You know, they got the name. So you gotta find those. And then the second, I would say, kind of piggyback off that, is you gotta find, and this is just hard for each person, because you're not gonna meet the same person that you met down. For example, so like if you're in Texas right now, you're not gonna meet that same person that you met in California. Vice versa, right? You might find similarities in that person, right? That you meet across the way. But you gotta find somebody like that, 1 or 2 people, whether it's your work people, whether it's your work buddies, whether it's your just everyday go-to people that you hang out with or chit chat on the phone with, that's in the area. You gotta find 1 or 2 of them, because what ends up happening is that they put you on to pretty much other things that you had no idea about within the city. And so that's what I always say is like the go-to. So like I said, gym, You know, you got to find your gym, recreational spots, trails for me, and then of course, your nightlife. You know, because you gotta have fun. You gotta, go out, blow off some steam. Whether you work in, property manager, your dental, film, exercise, you gotta go out and just release because I've never known anybody to be themselves, to be 100% themselves, day in, day out, without releasing any stress. I don't know no person. When you meet them, let me know so I can read their book.
You know, as I get older, Mr. Malcolm, I'm really starting to live by that creed right there. You know, releasing stress. I love that, sir. That's an awesome answer.
That's on one of his shirts.
That is an awesome answer, bro. Thank you for sharing that with us, man. I'm sure the audience is definitely gonna eat that up, man.
Definitely, man. And just sorry again, if
Nah,
I'm
keep going.
going,
Gotta talk your stuff.
but I would say when you are trying to, and like I said, Deontay, you brought up that good point of like, I'm a type of person that I do not mind going somewhere and reestablishing myself or getting somewhere and figuring, okay, this ain't working. I need to find somewhere else to go to make it work or to go somewhere else and start something else new. That's never been an issue with me. And so I always tell people, keep that part in mind. Like, don't get so set or so established to a point where you're just comfortable to a point where, well, I do that. That happens every day for me. I don't have to do anything. Like that just happens naturally. That's been going on for five years or whatever. It's you're accustomed to it. Be comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's always great for me because it keeps me on my toes. It keeps me grinding. It keeps me wanting. Don't get me wrong. There's hard times.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't all smooth sailing. You got your ups, your downs, everything like that. But I just tell you, make sure that you are willing to, be comfortable with the uncomfortable because that's the life that you're pretty much getting into. And it's okay to, want to reestablish yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. And I always tell because I find so many people when including myself at times, and I get down sometimes when it's like, man, I'm not where I want to be. Like, look at my friend over here. He's getting married. He got a girl. He got his own place. He got family, all this. So it messes up your mind. Social media does a number on you with that, especially nowadays. That's all we do. Go on our phone, be like, hey, oh man, this fool got a new car, a new wife, a new whatever.
A new wife. He must have been allergic to the last.
I know.
No. The old wife brought the old food. He's like, yo, send me another one. Send me another one. I don't eat Brussels sprouts. Send me another one.
Bruh, I swear I know some brothers like, but I ain't gonna name no names. That's their business. Do your thing. But I just tell people be comfortable with the uncomfortable, man. And like I would tell people if you want to, travel is not always okay. I went here. Now I gotta hurry up within like 6 months or a year. I gotta get over here. Take your time with it. Take your time. It's like Nipsey said, rest in peace to him. It's a marathon. It ain't a race, brother. Take your time with it. Enjoy it.
When I told y'all we got a Bay Area West Coast legend, you see what he dropping jewels. I pick them joints up, man. He's dropping a lot of jewels on y'all, man.
I'm on the island. I thought I was gonna have some gyms over here, boy. You know, sound like the island over there with gyms over there with Malcolm.
Good game, man. That's beautiful, bro.
That's just what and I'm like, again, I love that you brought that up because it just takes me to like so many things that I've seen. Like when I left ACC, who was the counselor back then? I think it was it Mr. Morris? Somebody.
You got people that we probably knew were probably like Mervyn Jones, John.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
Yep. Jones. And we would have like so many talks. Like if it wasn't for that brother there, I probably would have stayed at ACC and just got my associates and said, I'm done. I'm cool. Because at the time, I don't know if y'all knew, but at that time, I had like zero interest in like finishing school. I really didn't care for it. I was just, going to be going basically, and as I went through each subject, wasn't the best, but every time I went, the teachers, and I didn't know this until later on, the teachers would go back and talk to Mr. Jones about me, like, and about like what I was doing, how I was acting, everything, whether I was acting up or doing good or making whatever, and the main thing that he kept hearing was just like, brother, you need to go to the next level. You need to go to a university because you have a shot at doing something more. And you're limiting yourself. Not only that, he was able to find me a scholarship where
Wow.
I could pretty much go to school pretty much almost close to nothing. Like my debt probably would have been 150,000, like most people that go to school like that. And it's a lot. Now mine is only, I'm not gonna say the actual amount, but
Mine is only $1,149,000.
no, mine is like, let's just put it like this. Most people pay anywhere for like a brand new spanking car, 50, maybe 50, 60 at the most thousand. You know, that's what I'm looking at. And that's why I was like, that's not bad. Like most people pay that off within 5, 10 years, they get their job and make a big payment. So they're good. And I was like, I thought of it like that. So thankfully to that brother there, he inspired me to just keep going more because he said not only that I had talent to, like you guys said, connect people, but I had the wisdom to just take it a step forward. Like I can not only see what somebody was teaching, but I could see the method behind teaching and then how to take that for my own and spread it. And he helped me so much experience that. So I was so thankful to Mr. Johns for doing that because he helped me a lot. Even when I was at UTSA, and there were times like I wanted to quit. Like I was like, I'm done, bro. Like school ain't for me, man. This is probably like sophomore year, and I'm just like, like please, can we just stop? I'm done. And then after that, joined the fraternity, did all that, but that was cool. So, like, I just tell you, like I said, be comfortable with being uncomfortable. It helps a lot, not only within when you're starting out, but when you get ready to start, wanting to try. Because I don't know too many people that just like want to. Oh, I'm happy where I'm at. I don't need to see the world. I'm cool seeing the farm, the cow over here, and Mr. Chicken.
Old McDonald farm.
There's some brothers like that, and ain't nothing wrong. That's cool with you. That's cool with me. Like the country song said, "You like it, I love it." But just be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So again, do that, and then like I said, I'm very thankful for Mr. Jones, like really helping me to just see more because without him, and of course my pops, I probably would have just been cool with getting my own associates and then stopping. So thankfully I didn't. Ended up doing so much more, and it just blossomed from there.
Right on, bro. Right on, man. HD, man. Do you have a question for Big Malcolm, man?
Well, my question is, with the mental health background, and I know you touched on it a second ago, but for our audience, what final words would you have for them in regards to making sure that they take care of their mental health? Because we don't talk about that a lot in the Black community, right? It's something that we all deal with, but we don't openly discuss it. All right. So for our audience, what words do you have for them in that regard?
Well, I would say, and that's a great question. The thing here is that your environment, the demographic definitely plays a role into it, right? So first off, let me speak on, you want to make sure if let me speak to my brothers, my Black brothers and sisters, especially to the men, especially in most of our communities, most of our households, it's always seen and shown that the man the man in the household or the brother in the household, has to keep it within. He can't, let that out. He cannot cry or have feelings about something. He has to seem tough or brush it off his shoulder type of mentality, nonchalant. And what I would tell them is that it is okay to let that out. You got to find somebody to let that out. And it is very imperative that you do, because especially nowadays, fast forward to now, with the pandemic going on, we ain't allowed to go outside as much. You're only really dealing with yourself a lot, via like this, how we're talking, or sometimes maybe they get 1 or 2 interactions a day. I mean, you're almost close to being in jail. At least you got more freedom, of course, But I would say to my brothers and sisters, seek that other person, seek that therapist, seek that counselor, seek that friend. And then the second thing about that is that people always say seek that other person, but I also want to emphasize this. Find somebody that you trust and don't let that person that you trust be a yes person. Too many times I see people, and that's always the first message, is that they seek somebody, and they do that, but they don't understand that in any plan, there's always more than one step. So once you seek someone, it needs to be someone that you trust. That person that you trust cannot be just a yes person, or I don't know, what do you think? You know, that is not the person you should be letting all your information out to. Not saying that person can't be a good friend, not saying that person can't hold you back a couple times, but this ain't the person that you want to be telling all. It's like when you booking your flight, you don't want a McDonald's person driving the plane.
That's
Like
hilarious.
you know what I'm saying?
Maybe already
Like
be forgetting orders.
like we halfway in the air and he didn't forgot to fly the plane, but he want to make an order. Like, whoa, what? You know, you got to make sure that your confidant or whoever it is, your counselor, therapist, that person that you trust, is not a yes person. The third thing is that you have to be willing to look yourself in the mirror and accept that, one, you do have faults. No one in this world is perfect. Not I, not you, not anybody. And even the person that we so-called read about in our religious books, whatever religion that you are, at one point you can see that that person wasn't as perfect. So what makes you think you are? You know, please understand that. And everybody's, I'm not going to go deep into the book. That's your own preference, that's your own right. However, I will say this is that, do not believe that you are not at fault, because now that you went to the second step and you found somebody that you could talk to and you can release some of this information to, and now they have the right to tell you like it is, or tell you what you should do or the next steps. You got to be willing to not only look yourself in the mirror and see what you were doing wrong, but now it's the other half of that. What are you going to do to correct it? What are you going to, and it's like the old saying, Rome was never built in a day. So don't expect your first time doing this new and exciting step in your life to go 100% well. Like, that'd be like me going into, when we were back at ACC, going into algebra class, trying algebra, thinking I was going to get every question right. Boy, did that not work out. That did not work out. But you know what? I got through it because I took the advice. Even when I would get so frustrated at it, I would take the advice they telling me. I would try it again, and then I finally got it. And again, do not compare. And this is another side note: don't compare yourself to somebody because they got it quicker. They got it done quicker than you did, or they understood it better than you did, or they found out a new way to do it than you did. Don't matter. I would do the key thing there. If you're that type of person, you got to understand that saying of take notes, little guy. And it's not an insult. It really isn't. I know the tone is always different when somebody says it, and you sometimes have to tune out some of that tone depending on who that person is. But when they say that, they really trying to tell you, like, take notes, look at the blueprint, go back and look at what I did. You know, that is so key. And then the final thing is that understand, once you started making this progress, do not put yourself on a pedestal to say that everything is okay now, because there's still more to work. There's always more to do within yourself. There's always something that you can improve. There's always something that you're not doing. You know, I say A plus material 100% better, and nobody's ever going to get 100%, but that doesn't mean you don't try. That doesn't mean that you don't go out there and try to, you know, I don't want to say fix, but you don't try to elevate yourself, right? Do not put yourself on that pedestal and say, okay, I'm done, and shelf it. You're not done. You still got to work on it. You can still mess up tomorrow. Tomorrow's a whole new day. The next day's a whole new day. The day before, the day after that, you know, so understand that. And then now that I'm kind of off the subject of, you know, my brothers and sisters. So again, that is, what you should do. And I'm sure you can share that with your followers or post that however you like. But what I would tell the general public as well is that, especially during this time, during this pandemic, what you need to do the most is, again, if you don't have those go-to friends, you don't have a lot of friends, you need to start finding different habits that make you happy. Ask yourself this question: what makes me happy? What in life makes me happy? I don't care if it's you waking up every day and you going to the bathroom and brushing your teeth 3 times a day, or 4, 5, 6. If that makes you happy, go for it.
Good breath always makes me happy. Love some good breath.
Logan from the future dentist.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes you happy, who am I to judge? For some people like myself, I'm gonna be honest. What makes me happy during this time, with knowing I can't see my friends, I can't talk to them as much. I'm in a time where I'm just like Deontay had said earlier. I'm in a point right now where I'm trying to reestablish myself, get things more off the ground. So I'm focused. So there's not a lot of money to go out, party, mingle. I got to do, day in, day out, same thing. And it gets old, but some of the things I do, I like to watch anime. I like to go back, rewatch some old anime, some old DVC, some old cartoon, relive that a little bit. After I've done my due diligence, done my work to get myself back on track. That's something that I would do. For other people, it's working out. I also do that. You work out every day. You go relieve some of that stress, because you can't just sit there thinking that it's going to go away, or it's just going to magically disappear. Don't do what Donald Trump says. It'll just magically disappear. That don't work.
Spoken from a Florida resident right there, man.
Oh, man.
Florida resident.
So I tell people, find something that you like to do. And then the next thing I say to you is this: you need to have those positivity moments. What I mean by that, you need to go back and find you a good book, or whether you're not a book reader yourself, you listen to some type of audio tape, or you go to YouTube and you look for those, those positivity messages from different people on the web, or it's soothing sounds. Some people like to take that app that's always on TV called Calm, and they listen to that on their ride home. You have to do something to put yourself back in the mood to do something. Because think about it, when you're in the mood, just think about that. When you're in the mood to do something, now you're willing to do anything and everything. When you are not in the mood to do something, your whole thing is now limited. So now you can only go certain directions when you really want, and you're kind of frustrated, but you don't know why. It's because you want to have variety. You want to be able to choose from multiple things and not be limited. When a person is limited, they start to get more anxious, aggressive, and now they're so into themselves, they start getting more depression. See, that's what you don't want. So you need to open up, what makes you happy, and then 2, start finding those positivity things that help, that put you in the mode to do it. I don't care if it's a book, I don't care if it's anime, if it's working out, if it's having, yoga sessions or meditation, or you like to do different projects on the computer. Find it. Do that. Get yourself that 5 minutes or that hour if you need it. The most you should need is an hour. And again, who am I to tell you that it's just an hour? It might be longer, but I would tell you an hour is plenty of time to get yourself back in the mood. And then now you're willing to go put yourself out there to the real world. And we all know the real world's changing right now with the whole pandemic concept. We're not able to meet in person as much. We're doing more video, and that's okay. However, you can't lose that side of you, because that's something that's not going to go away, regardless when this pandemic is over and a lot of people are dealing with mental health. You are going to have to interact with the world some way, shape, or form, and you need to put yourself in a mood to do that. So again, find those happy things that you like to do. Put yourself in that mood, and again, open yourself up. Have that open mind, and understand that just because you do it right today does not mean that's going to happen tomorrow. Rework on it again and again. do not give up on yourself. And that's something that I've always just not only preached within my fitness sessions, my wellness sessions, because I might have, for example, I've had clients, they come in one day, they are just in the mode to kill the workout. I mean, they're in that zone, they've been thinking about, you can see in their face, like their eagerness, man, I'm ready, I'm active, I'm good. Or they got a pep in their step, smile, something, you notice that. And now it's like you can see that translating in the workout. They're doing an extra 2 more reps. They're going an extra set. Now I want to do that. All right, come on. I love it. You might no, come on. Encourage that. Give that feedback. And that's something else I would encourage is that if you are that confidant, the therapist, the counselor, you need to show positive reinforcement. It's not always easy. Sometimes it is. Sometimes you yourself, as the confidant or the counselor, therapist, whatever, you're in that mode of, oh, really? Oh, that's great. Yeah. And you can't be like that. If you notice yourself getting like that, take yourself out of the equation for a day. Take yourself away from, because all you are doing is building more work for yourself for the other person. You're literally going to have to carry them out of that and now put them back on track. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just try to remember that. And I noticed that within my wellness sessions, my fitness sessions, just talking to people, interviews, everything like that. So that's very key. So make sure you're giving that positive reinforcement back. So those are just, I know that was a long little session.
You're good. We need it, because you never know who we're helping with this. We never know where this podcast will lead, and we never know where these videos, who they'll help. I was watching some other podcasts earlier today, and it was entertaining. But one comment that I saw was this guy said, he was talking to the producers of the show, and he said, I really want to thank you guys for still doing the show during the pandemic, because I was contemplating suicide. But before I found whatever he was going to do, like however he was going to go through with it, he stumbled across the video, and the video kept him alive for 2 more hours. You know what I mean? At the very least. And, and then what was crazy is the community that that particular show had built. Everybody began just showing that dude love after love after love after each comment. And I definitely feel like with the D&D experience, exactly, we have that same potential. So we definitely appreciate you, imparting your wisdom and your knowledge on our audience so that they can benefit from it, because we never know when or who will be impacted by this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's I'm glad you brought that up. Like, that's something that I've seen from season 1 of y'all's episodes, even till now in the last episode, that no matter what I was going through at that particular moment, whether I just had, I didn't get a job that I really wanted. I'm really trying to get this particular job so I can take off. And it's like, oh, I just got the bad news. I got another, one of those emails. Sorry, unfortunately, you were not selected. We went with another candidate. It's one of those upfront, upbeat, but depressing emails that you get, basically, right? And so anytime I watch one of your episodes or I see you guys on Instagram, it's like an automatic reminder of, positivity, funny laughs, just it's like you just said, just like how you right now, you at the beach, it's an escape.
I be forgetting I'm at the beach because I'm looking at y'all. Forget this beautiful weather.
You know what I'm saying? It's an escape. So that's just something that you guys never know where it's gonna take you. And I definitely hope whether you guys show this to your viewers or you don't, or however you guys put it out, I hope it does help somebody out there, because you never know what people are going through. You don't right now. And so it's always good to just try to be that helping hand on them, whether it's, you gave them $1 for the day and it helped them, get through, or you gave them that piece of advice that helped them get through their life, so just always keep that in mind.
I agree. What's your response to that, Brother Ellis? I mean, just in terms of hearing the impact that this show could potentially have on people that we don't even know.
It's amazing to know that that people can watch this show and get some joy, get a moment of the laughter, and we can provide that for them. It's motivating. It's motivating for me to make sure that I'm keeping my mindset good and making sure I'm, my energy around me is good. I'm doing not only what I do for this podcast. I want to make sure I'm doing that outside the podcast
For
as
sure.
well. You know what I'm saying? So being a positive person to people in my community, the people I interact with day in and day out. So and it's reciprocated, so I can come on here and do the same thing. So that's beautiful. It's kind of beautiful to kind of hear from somebody who watched the show and what I'm saying, and really likes it. So I don't know. I like what you said, man.
Same here. And Brother Malcolm, I want to thank you for joining us on this episode of the D&D Experience. We definitely appreciate you. We definitely brought it back with this episode. It was fun going down memory lane with you. We want to thank our audience for tuning in and rocking with us for another episode of the show. Brother Ellison, you want to give us that famous outro? I don't want to say infamous. Wrong word.
Infamous. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, just want to thank you all for taking that time to hang out with us. Also want to thank my brother Malcolm for just giving us a lot of great wisdom, man, giving us a lot of great stuff. I want to challenge the audience to check out my man's Instagram page. He's doing a lot of great stuff. If you're in that Florida area, look for him. He's a great wellness coach. And if you need some drip, get at my man, because he got the drip. You feel me? Stop playing. He got the drip. So I think this has been a great episode. And we'll see y'all on the next one, baby.